Barbara Hoyt was born on December 27, 1951. Not much seems to be known about her early life, but in April of 1969, she joined the Manson family after running away from home. Paul Watkins wrote about her in his book, describing her as a buxom, gregarious brunette runaway. She was assigned to a guy named Karate Dave by Manson, and she fell into the tempo of things on Gresham Street. Watkins wrote that Barbara was a latecomer to the family that came when Helter Skelter was in its incipient stages. Barbara became one of the babysitting mainstays for the family. On the night of the Tate murders in August of 1969, Susan Atkins told Barbara to retrieve 3 sets of dark clothes. And when she returned, Charlie had apparently smiled at her and told her that the others had already left. Barbara was among those arrested at the Spawn Ranch raid of August of 1969. When Shorty Shea was murdered by the family at the end of August, she allegedly heard his screams as he was being killed. Jeff Gein's book states that she was sleeping in a trailer on high ground past the movie set when she heard the screams. One day, Paul Watkins had went down the wash when they were out in the desert, when Barbara and a girl named Sherry appeared from behind a rock. They wanted to hike out of the valley and go back to L.A. Barbara stated, "We're afraid of Charlie." They expressed their concerns to Paul Crockett, the person that Watkins and Brooks Poston had defected to, and they went with him to their cabin and talked over coffee. She's quoted as saying, "Charlie says we're free, that there are no rules, but we're not free. He says we can do what we want, but we can't. He said about 2 weeks ago that if we tried to leave, he'd poke out our eyes with sticks." They were given supplies, then walked 16 hours before finally reaching the general store in Ballarat. Barbara would become one of the witnesses for the prosecution during the Tate LaBianca trials. At first, she was unsure about doing so. The family took her to Hawaii, where Ruth Ann Morehouse gave Barbara a burger laced with 10 tabs of acid. Barbara freaked out, ran 10 blocks, then collapsed. She was taken to the emergency room, and after that, she decided to testify. Barbara Hoyt passed away on December 3, 2017, from kidney failure. She was 65 years old.